Happy holidays, everybody. That's if you're celebrating them. You're probably going to a lot of social gatherings, drinking a lot, maybe eating a lot of sugary, fatty foods. And that's okay. I don't want to be here lecturing you. The holiday season, after all, is for being with people, having fun, drinking, and just having a merry good time. So that's all good. However, I do want you guys to realize what the holiday season means. And for some of us, that began as early as November with Thanksgiving, continuing through to Christmas and New Year's, and even extending over to Chinese New Year, and with some vacation traveling that could be February or March. So that's potentially 3 to 5 months of holiday season. So if you are in an indulgent mood during the holidays, you could be setting your health goals back by almost 5 months. That's almost half a year. Aging, unfortunately, is taking a toll on all of us, and our livers are the first to take the brunt of that. So if you're indulging with all your parties and eating and drinking without any restriction, then your liver will eventually start to buckle. And what I mean by that is it will start to get fat, fatty liver disease. You can get fatty liver disease by drinking a lot, but you can just get it by eating a lot of sugar. But combining them together, which is what you normally do during the holiday season, makes that effect even worse. So when you have fatty liver, the next stage is then insulin resistance, which just means your body's cells are shunting away any form of insulin or glucose, which means the sugar can no longer be used in your cells. And this begins the process of diabetes, which is an incurable lifestyle disease, very dangerous. So what's my advice? Like any good answer, it begins with, it depends. Metabolically speaking, that is. If you're level 1, a mean, everyday exercising machine with the upside down triangular body shape, then you probably don't need my advice, in which case you should just do what exactly it is that you're doing right now. Just stick to your routine, keep doing it, enjoy the holidays, and just have a good time. But just remember to just keep going. Don't lose your habits, just stick to your habits. If you're exercising every now and then, depending on your motivation level, sometimes you'd be going weeks at a time, and then you'd stop for a couple of weeks, and then you kind of pick it up again, and you need a lot of willpower to get to the gym and to stop eating unhealthy foods because it's really, really tempting. Then for this group, level 2, I would say exercise caution. You probably don't yet have a healthy daily routine set in stone yet, so you should probably be cautious and protect yourself in that when you do go out, that the social pressure, and you should expect this, will be too much for you to prevent, and that you will probably succumb to social pressure and eat and drink. So knowing this ahead of time, try your best to go in with a plan. For example, set yourself to just 1 drink or 2 drink maximum, and that's it. Avoid all sweet foods, or limit the amount of food you eat to something very small so that you don't get full. So setting these rules ahead of time may give you that plan so that when you do go to the social gathering, you'll be prepared. Also, you should be maybe a little bit pickier or choosier about which party to go to. You don't have to go to every party that you get invited to. Pick and choose the ones that are most impactful to your social setting, to maybe your closest friends and family. And lastly, get yourself to the gym as much as possible. So during the days when you have a bit of free time, all it takes is even as little as 20 minutes. If you go hard enough, that 20 minutes will be good. But do really squeeze in as much gym time as you can. At least get active and move. Go out for a walk or a jog, anything just to really burn some excess sugar that you'll be consuming. If you're level 3, then you probably are already insulin resistant, and you just don't know it. So for this group of people, there are red flags going off everywhere, and you just don't know it yet, or you're choosing to ignore it. And this is a very dangerous time of the year because you're already insulin resistant, meaning you'll be putting on more fat then most people already, your body is already resisting insulin. So it's anything you eat, it's immediately being converted to fat, and it's causing a lot of inflammation in the body. Basically, it's one of those flat escalators in the airports that takes you from point A to point B faster. And if you didn't get what I meant, point B being diabetes. And this holiday season is making you more diabetic much faster. So it is a little bit of an alarmist point I want to make here, because you guys really just want to try your best to reverse the process as soon as possible. So for you guys who are in level 3, an easy way to check how bad or how severe you're in is the waist to height ratio, which is a very simple test. You take a tape measure and you measure your waistline, basically where your belly button is, running laterally just around the whole body from your belly button. Take that distance divided by your total height in the same unit of measure, so centimeters around your waist divided by your total height in centimeters, and that will give you a ratio. 0.5 is the cutoff. If you're greater than 0.5, then you're already at risk, meaning you have some form of insulin resistance. Under 0.5, you're safer, okay? So of course, the smaller the ratio, the better, okay? So if you're at 0.5 or higher, you're probably already insulin resistant, you're level 3, and you need to be very cautious about what you're eating and drinking. Move as much as you can. So the advice is to really try not to drink anything at all. Have water. You can still be social. You don't have to drink to be social. Try to stay away from juices as well, because in my previous blog on fructose, they are also very bad for your liver. Drink more water. Have some tea. You can still be very festive. And limit as much as possible anything sweet, and that's high in carbohydrates. I know this is not the most scientific approach to dealing with the holiday season, but hopefully it's still helpful to a lot of you guys to understand your bodies and what it's going through in the next few months. And it is quite transformative, as a lot of people, they pack on a lot of pounds of weight that they can't shut off during the rest of the year. And this just accumulates year after year. And by the time you're a few years older, you look down and you're much heavier and fatter than you used to be, and you wonder why. Well, these are the turning points in the year, and this is a pivotal point. So hopefully you have the tools, maybe some insight to help you guys. And as always, if you have more questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. After all, this is the season for helping each other. So all the best. Enjoy your holidays.
I can't take my eyes off you.